Welcome to Christmas from the North Pole, Christmas Countdown from Geek, Alabama. Join us every day during the Christmas season where we talk about stories from the North Pole and Santa Claus. And here to tell your stories is your host, Nathan Young. Welcome to the latest episode of Christmas from the North Pole, Christmas Countdown. In today's little mini episode, we're going to talk about how the elves get the supplies they need to make the toys for the kids around the world at the North Pole. As you know, the North Pole is very isolated from the rest of the world. So, to get to the wood, the plastic, the metal, the electronics parts, everything they need to make the toys for the kids has to arrive at the North Pole so they can make the toys. So how do they get the supplies? Well, first, before electronic toys came out, most of the toys they made were wood. And they got plenty of trees around the North Pole to cut down and process into wood and everything. And they still do that today for some toys. Some toys kids get are still wooden. And they last a long time. But tastes have changed. And most kids prefer electronic toys or doll toys, and usually plastic or something. So they partner with companies from around the world to get the electronic parts they need to the North Pole. You know, like some of the toys that are made by companies in other countries around the world that you find on store shelves. Those parts were also made and sent off so the elves can assemble and make the toys at the North Pole. And a lot of elves are very technology literate now. They have to be, since so many toys in today's age are electronics. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things on the chipboard and on the trot board they have to do to make sure the toy works properly. So there's a lot of elves that have got computer training, electronic training, so they know what to do to make the toy perfect and make sure it works properly so the kids can have a great Christmas day. And for plastic, they get plastic parts shipped to them. They can just mold it into dolls or certain toys so the kids can be happy on Christmas Day too. And every year the toys change. So the supplies change every year because there's new toys, there's new cartoon series kids like that change every year. So every year there's new toys being made and old toys that are being retired. Kids' taste in toys do change. And you know, we see that every year. When you go to the local store and see the new toys every year that are different than last year, they'll see that too. So they know what to make so the kids can have a very happy Christmas. And Santa and the elves has a great smile on their face. So thank you for listening to this episode or watching this episode of Christmas from the North Pole Christmas Countdown. Come back tomorrow for another episode. Have a good day. Thank you for listening to Christmas from the North Pole Christmas Countdown. For more stories, articles, and podcasts, please log on to geekalabama.com.